Morning, guys. Couple days after Christmas, still got the Christmas spirit. Got the Star Wars holiday cap on. Got a couple things. Do a football preview real quick, and then I got something that may blow your mind. May blow my mind. I don't know. I was turned on to this by one of my buddies, and he swears by it. So we're gonna give it a try and see if it passes the test. First of all, football on all day today. 4 games, which is great. Unfortunately, I'm not at home, so I won't be able to see that first one. But anyway, 4 games starting at noon all the way until probably close to midnight. That's great on a Friday. Secondly, the playoff starts tomorrow, and LSU Oklahoma kick it off in Atlanta. I think the consensus is that LSU is going to win that football game, but being a 13, 14-point favorite, I don't know. I mean, we've seen LSU be dominant offensively. They score a lot of points. Joe Burrow wins the Heisman. He's got 3 good receivers. Got 2 good running backs. One of them's dinged up, but, they won't need to run the ball as much against Oklahoma unless they're just trying to run the clock out. Just don't know how well that defense will hold up against Jalen Hurts, Lincoln Riley, CeeDee Lamb, simply because LSU's a defense who's giving up 30-plus to like Vandy and Ole Miss and Texas. They really hadn't shut anyone down. Arkansas maybe is the only team they really destroyed. So I assume Lincoln Riley can exploit that overhyped defense. They got 2 or 3 guys in the defensive backfield that people give a lot of hype to. And Darryl Stingley Jr. was, the freshman of the year. And he's pretty good, but, they're not great. So Oklahoma's going to score. I just don't know how much more LSU's going to score than them or how many stops they get. So LSU wins that game. There's no doubt in my mind. I'm not willing to lay 14. I'm also not willing to give 14. So I'm going to stay away from that game. If it was just a bet between friends, I would definitely go LSU. They will be in the finals. Second game, Arizona, Clemson and Ohio State. We've seen this before. We've seen it a couple times. We see how it ends. I don't know why everybody is kind of leery of Clemson and overhyping Ohio State. We've seen this in past years. Ohio State comes in and gets destroyed. Clemson prepares better than any school there is with a month to get ready. If you can't fathom what's going on here, think about last season when Clemson played Alabama. And if you've seen Alabama's offense this year with 3 first-round wide receivers, first-round quarterback in Tua, Josh Jacobs was on that team as the running back, first-round pick for the Oakland Raiders. So you got a combination of 5 first-rounders on offense, and then you got good tight ends and pro offensive linemen, and Clemson destroyed that team. And I know this isn't the same Clemson team, but it's the same game plan and mindset. And Isaiah Simmons will maybe be the best player on the field, although Chase Young will get most of the hype. I think Justin Fields has 40 touchdowns and 1 interception, and I get that. This isn't Northwestern. This isn't Purdue, and this isn't Indiana. This is a team that's going to come after Justin Fields, and if Clemson can score 14 points early, it takes away the J.K. Dobbins aspect of the football game to where Justin Fields has to throw the ball. They don't have a speedy, deep threat that they've had in years to stretch the field, so Clemson's going to play man, maybe safety over the top, put 7 in the box. I just don't see where Ohio State can keep up. Defensively for Ohio State, yes, Chase Young's a beast. He's I wouldn't say a mini version, but a little bit smaller version of what Jadeveon Clowney was early in his college career. He gets after the quarterback, but he's one guy, and I think they can game plan that. And Trevor Lawrence isn't some flat-footed quarterback from Iowa. He's a guy who doesn't mind taking off. He's mobile. He can run. He can get out of the pocket. I just think they're overmatched. And I think Clemson scores at will. And, if I was to lay it down, the spread's 2. I'm considering putting all the money I have on Clemson, and I've never done that for my whole life. I bet against Clemson because I don't like Clemson, but I respect them, and they're gonna win this game, and they're gonna win this game going away, and I'll say 41-17. I think it's really gonna be that bad. I mean, T. Higgins, Justin Ross, Travis Etienne, Trevor Lawrence. I don't think you slow that down. And I think with 3 solid weeks to prepare, they're going to be clicking on all cylinders. Trevor Lawrence is as calm as there is in the pocket. He never gets too high or low. He just flips his hair around, throws the ball up for T. Higgins, touchdown. Clemson wins going away big. So if you got a bookie and you got a place to put money down, 5-star guarantee lock, Clemson wins that game double digits. So that's that. We'll talk about that later on. All right, so I got a buddy of mine, and I work in the CNG industry, the convenience and gas business. So I'm in and out of gas stations all the time. Mom and pops, Indians, corporates, whatever, Dollar Generals, Family Dollars, whatever. So I'm in and out of a lot of places. And one of my buddies called me one day and said, "Have you tried these donuts they got at these independent gas stations? They're called Diamond Delites. Never heard of them. I think I've probably seen them and never paid no attention." He said, "I promise you they're better than Krispy Kreme." And it's almost sacrilege to say that a donut can be better than a Krispy Kreme right off, the conveyor belt into a box into your mouth. He swears by it. As good or better than Krispy Kreme. So I'm going to give it a shot. Clean off the palate with a Pure Leaf extra sweet brewed tea. That's good tea right there. All right, these suckers is like $1.50 or something like that, $1.60, which is about the going rate for 2 donuts. Prepackaged donut, sealed up on the shelf, is better than a donut coming off the conveyor line. Let's see. Diamond Delite. A new delight that everybody likes. Glazed donuts. Doesn't say where they're from. That's why I was. Here it goes. Baxley, Georgia. Ain't many good things ever come from. Only 2 things I know that ever came from Georgia that's worth a damn is Ty Cobb and Doc Holliday. And Zoom fishing worms. Tell you what, they're not as good as Krispy Kreme right off the roller, hot and fresh, hot and ready, red light on, not that good. What they are as good as the next day when you go in the kitchen to eat the 6 left of the dozen you bought the night before, they're as good as them. So, if you're in the store, you want some Krispy Kreme type donuts, they don't have them. Diamond Delite ain't bad. I recommend them. $1.60 for 2 donuts. They fresh. Taste good. They taste very similar. Almost identical to Krispy Kreme the second day. Not as good as the first day, but the second day. So in recap, enjoy the football day today. Get ready for tomorrow. It's going to be Tigers versus Tigers in the championship. LSU will beat Oklahoma. I'll say by that 14. I'll say 45-31. So if you can get it at 13.5, maybe take LSU. I don't know. Maybe buy it a 0.5 point. Up to you. Clemson rolls. 41-17. It's not going to be close. Justin Fields will get exposed. Chase Young will be inconsequential. T. Higgins, Travis Etienne, big day. Trevor Lawrence, grand stage. Clemson wins it. Tigers on Tigers next week. See y'all.